Hello, good morning. Welcome to another weekly live and weekly Animal Totem live. I went live without being really ready for this. The perks of being live, you make yourself look an ass sometimes. So, how has everyone's week been? It's been a very, very interesting week in that the year's just still rapidly moving fast. We're almost at the end of March now. We're Easter, coming up to Easter this weekend. We're in a shadow of the next Mercury in retrograde. So those challenges are also coming up, which is brilliant. Because look, there's always positives to Mercury in retrograde as well. So it's not always doom and gloom, but that will run through most of April. And it actually starts on April the 1st, so April Fool's Day. And for those that aren't aware of why it's called April Fool's Day, it's simply because when the calendar changed over and January became the first month of the year, originally it was April. April the 1st was the first day of the year. So those that still stuck to that and still believed that were called fools, hence why it's called April Fools. So that, the Roman emperors changing it because they wanted their own month kind of thing going on the Gregorian calendar. Anyway, so the hashtag this week, so always remember, just because of the platform I'm going through, hashtag your name, or just put your name in hashtag. This week's going to be feather. I had nothing significant animal-wise this week. In fact, no, I didn't actually. I had a locust turn up on my balcony the other day. I should have done hashtag balcony, hashtag locust, actually. I'll change it to that, so bear with me, because I've got to hashtag locust. And it made me think about, because I'm in the process of writing a book, an animal totem book. There we go. And hashtag locust. Writing a book, and I was thinking, well, maybe I can do like a combination, because a lot of books out there, the animal totem books, they just say the positive aspects of what animals mean. But I was thinking about, well, maybe it can do the shadow aspect, because a locust is a great thing for light and shadow, because it can either be a destroyer or it can be a cleanser. Depends on your perspective on how you want to look at it. Because swarms of locusts eat crops, very destructive. They destroy crops. They could also be cleansing the land so that the crops grow better. It's like just a different version of forest fires. They might take out a big chunk of the forest, but they leave the land very, very fertile, so the forest can regrow and it gets rid of old to bring in the new. Yeah, look, I mean, whether the locusts leave the land fertile, probably not, but it does give the farmer a chance to toil the land, get it all. So it just gives us, achieves the same purpose, just in a slightly different way. And then it could also mean that it's a fast and rapid reaping of what you've sown. So let's say you're doing a lot of manifesting and you've manifested been manifesting 5 or 6 different things, then they're all going to turn up very, very rapidly. So locust could also mean that as well. Again, it's absolutely dependent on how you look at things. So, Grand Rising, beloved. Now the deck I've got this week is my Druid Animal deck. Beautiful imagery. That's a goose, I think. Yeah, goose. It's hard to see the word, but there you go. So that's the deck I'll be using today. Right, an animal totem book. Thanks for the comment. Also finalizing the process of an animal deck as well, in combination with an amazing artist down in Sydney. It got delayed because a major publication company came in and they just wanted to change everything and have it their way, which would have really wouldn't have done the artist any justice, and that was even before they got onto my stuff, because I channeled the descriptions for each animal. So even though we both kind of was really open to receiving help, and this is Rockpool, by the way, receiving help, having Rockpool publish our deck, which was really amazing. When it came to it, it was like, well, actually, no. So that in itself is a lesson that just because you want something, when it turns up, if it's not what you actually asked for, you can still say no. You can actually say to the universe, go, well, actually, thanks for bringing me that. I appreciate that. I'm happy to receive that. However, that's not what I envisioned when I asked for that thing. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to tweak what I asked and ask again. And it could just be that we was always meant to go down that public publishing it ourselves route. So anyway, without further ado, waffling on a bit there, let's go into what the animals are coming out this week. So we'll start with today's animal. Give the deck a quick knock to say that they're going to be refreshed. Let's see what's happening for the final week in March. Wow, final week in March. Oh, here we go. Just incredible what we've got coming this week. So yeah, if you'd like a personalized reading, please comment #locust, like it's across the bottom of the screen there. #locust. Locust, however it's spelled, might be a silent T. And there we go. So today's hair. It's almost like the psychic rabbit from Watership Down. Whoever's seen that? Watership Down contains a psychic rabbit. So you haven't seen it, go and see it. It's a bit dark. It's supposed to be a kids' movie, but it can be a bit dark. So interesting enough, like with Easter coming up, and you've got the eggs there as well. So it's almost like this is Easter starting today. So I feel like there might be some endings. This will be a day of endings. I'm just actually getting the image of when Jesus was, taken care of finally by Pontius Pilate. That's the traitor energy. So just be mindful of who's around you today. But again, sometimes the universe sends us an angel disguised as a devil, in that they'll invoke an ending and then we can blame them for it, or we can go, well, actually, they did us a favor. They were the catalyst. So was Pontius Pilate a bad thing, bad person, or a good person? Was he just following his life's mission, that he was the one to stop the suffering? If you look at it from the story perspective of that book. So yeah, and it could even be like, you can be your own catalyst. There's a bluebells there, which is self-talk. So with our self-talk, we can be we can create our own dramas by how if we're always talking negatively, if we're always seeing negative in the world, that's what we're going to attract. The universe only gives us what we focus on. So if you're always focusing on the negative in every situation, or the drama in the world, the way there's wars and all blah, 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 that's all you're going to start seeing back. Whereas if you focus on the positive and flip it, that's what you're going to see back too. So your reality is your choice. So this is, yeah. So, and the thing is, because we've got the hair energy, there's rapid expansion in that. So you can either be a traitor, or your own traitor, or your own helper. That's today's. So, this light and shadow energy coming in that I was speaking about. So I'm going to be bringing that in today, like the dark and the light today, the balance. Good morning. Good morning for those joining me. I appreciate you coming along and watching. And so if you're on Facebook, I don't actually see your name. All it shows up in my comment section is Facebook user, which is why I ask you to enter your name and #locust, so I know who I'm going to be doing the readings for at the end of the weekly totals. So this is Wednesdays, which is Hind, which is basically like a little deer. And this is all, so tomorrow, this is a day of healing. Bringing in the Right, there's a I don't know who that is joining my live that can is not allowed to join my live. Just bear with me a second. I've just got to get rid of this person joining my live that shouldn't be joining in the comments. Just got to find the right person. So excuse me. Bear with me a second, folks. Just ignore anybody that comments that wants to there you go. Yeah. Right. Sorry about that. Just dealing with a interloper on the feed. So the hind, basically, the deer, like you. So this is a card that's very, very green, all bathed in lights. This is about a bit of self healing tomorrow, and I'm feeling that. So interesting enough, when I said like self healing and I had to deal with somebody that was coming onto my feed and offering readings, trust me, between myself and my Eda, you're not going to find a better reader anyway. So don't waste your time with anybody else. And if that sounds arrogant, this is actually belief in my own abilities. I've actually been doing this for 30 odd years. I teach the teachers, I teach the psychics, I teach the readers. So if you want a damn good reading, you won't find much better than myself and Eda, because we go into realms and areas that readers don't. We're technically not readers. We're intuitives, which is much different. It's much more fluent. So tomorrow's a self-healing day, and I feel like it's about getting more liquids into your body. So the green juices, the spirulina, spinach, celery, anything green juice. Hello, beloved. Anything, I'm also feeling pain here. So this is right on the edge of the breath work as well. So it's just about a flush of the system tomorrow, bringing in more light energy into your body. So even a bit of getting out in nature as well, if possible. So go and visit the trees and ask them, so removal of toxins via your feet. So even if you can get your bare feet on the ground in the forest, that'd be a great way to release toxins as well. So that's tomorrow. It's a release day as best you can. Even if you can only get out in the garden with your bare feet, it'd be a great day to do that. Because again, like, to enable new growth, you've got to get rid of the old. The old occupies the same space as the new, when it's the direct opposite to it. So if you want more love in your life and you've got hate in the way, that's until you get rid of that hate, wherever that hate sits in regards to relationships, the new's not going to be able to come in. So that was Wednesday. Thursday. What Thursday? So we got the Ram to those. So yeah. So interesting enough with this, there's quite a lot of symbology in this card. You got a robin and a snake and little, mother and child at the top. But he just stood there very, very solid, very certain and assured of where he is on his journey. So this is about, this is Thursday's energies. It's about just being confident in who you are. Pay attention to what is also around you. I'm going to get it's always reversed. So I can never remember which way it is. Self-confidence. So just how I showed just a minute ago, it's like I'm confident in my abilities as a psychic, as a reader, as an intuitive, as a healer. Confident enough that I can teach others and step them into their levels. So So maybe a bit of self-reflection and looking at where you are in your world and have belief in all that you've learned up until that point. Because sometimes that taking a pause and giving yourself a pat on the back going, well, I've achieved all this, is a good reminder that you can then go on and achieve new levels. So have that strength and courage of who you are. That's who that is, and be very solid in that, because in the picture itself, the ram is stood there on rocks, the rocks of the mountain. So it's all very solid. And it's also about levels as well. So that's Thursday. So Friday, which is Easter. So with this particular deck, you get blank cards. And you can put on them what you want. You draw your own animal if you like. I think I've got that upside down, actually. But interestingly enough, and I had a feeling this blank card would come out, and this is just pure spirit. And the fact that this came out when Easter's coming in. So this is kind of like the void, where everything you'll feel, it's a day of off, as in if everyone will feel switched off, because it's when the body, it's like when the phone upgrades, it switches off and on again, and during its off state, nothing's going on. It's not tuning in, it's not connected to the internet. We're a bit the same. So just a day of chill. Don't create anything, don't do anything, just enjoy yourself. And if you got plans for Easter, for Good Friday, just enjoy them. Just enjoy them. If you're spending time with family and friends, and even if you're chilling out at home, just find something you can enjoy. It's a day of rest, because we're not really going to be fully connected. Like the whole, there's this energy of switch off, but it's energy of pure connection to spirit. So there may even be some really profound messages while you go about your day and do nothing. Because often when we're doing nothing and we're just minding our own business and we're not trying to create anything or worrying about what we're supposed to be doing, that's the best time that spirit and our intuition and our higher self can actually drop a message in, ready for the rebirth stage of the next couple of days. So yeah, it's actually a really powerful day, believe it or not. When we're in full surrender, we're at our most powerful state. So Saturday, Hawk energy. And I'm being drawn to the two fires, actually, more than anything. Those beach. But this is about watching. There's also dandelions there. So there's also healing in there. Dandelion is a good replacement for coffee. If you love your coffee, it's not a top replacement, but if you're not a big lover of coffee, but you like that every now and again, dandelion's a good substitute, and it's no caffeine. It's also a very healing plant. It is not a weed, it's a medicinal herb. That's why they want us to kill it all the time. Many, many properties for many, many areas of our body. Anyway, hawk, in this sense, is actually a peregrine falcon by the looks of it. After that day of surrender, this is about watching, because what hawks tend to do, they're quite efficient with energy. They'll go and perch up high and look for their prey before they then go and hover above it. So they know how to utilize their energy really well. And that's the message for today. So with the two fires, it's like if you're running around and you're busy, you're going to burn yourself out very, very quickly. Whereas if you plan your day and know when to, let's say you've got some shopping to do, and it might be best to go first thing in the morning to avoid the crowds, kind of thing. And then you get all the fresher fruit and the fresher items, because they've just stacked the shelves. So just as an example, so plan your day accordingly for Saturday. It's a day of planning before you then fly off and go and do what you got to do. You'll know your day, what you've got to do, so then just plan it accordingly. Day of planning. The Sunday, that one come up really quick. Whoa, so I said like you're going to burn yourself out. This is Earth Dragon. So this is really powerful energies for Sunday, which is Easter Sunday. You see how, like, it's coming out your cave kind of thing. Those 3 days before he was resurrected. 8, 9. So yeah, this is kind of like the final day before there's a mini rebirth. And I feel this is all planetary rebirth, which we will all have to follow. So we'll all be doing a mini death. Sunday, just be kind to everybody and each other, because we'll be in quite a turbulent energy, and it can create arguments and unnecessary anger and looking at others and taking things personally when technically nothing's personal. We're always coming from our own vision and our own opinion and our own filter of this world, and we all see things differently, very differently, and we use different languages. Even if we're from the same country, we use different words because we was raised in a different family. So yeah, just be mindful that the energies are going to be very heightened, very strong. It's a very strong dragon energy on Sunday. So get grounded, remain grounded, have some smoky quartz, get out in nature again. It's actually a great day to get out in the park and just enjoy yourselves again. So there's also some golden treasure there. So the insights that came in that were ready to come in on the Friday, they'll come to fruition a bit more on the Sunday. So whatever downloads you get that may not make sense will make a bit more sense on Sunday. And then for the final one, the following Monday, so the start of the week, Easter Monday. Oh, the beautiful swan, look, swan. So I'll just got to say, the ugly duckling story, and it's having belief in yourself of who you truly are. And then everyone will start seeing that from Monday. So this mini death that we're going to go through, they're bringing in this power of the dragon on the day before. Being shown that swan is connected with a number 2 as well, simply because of its body shape. And 2 in angel number is about final details being worked out. So there'll still be a bit more work to go throughout the week. However, the beginnings of it will start on Monday. Often when I do these animal tones, I'm starting to notice a pattern that Monday's always, it tends to be Monday the starting week. Because I do these on a Tuesday, Monday becomes a very brand new energy more often than not. So it's going from dragon to swan are 2 very different realms and very different energies. Very tough energies or very strong energies to very soft and gentle energies. Although swans can be very powerful, they've got the strength to break a man's arm with their beak. So they're not to be messed with. And in England, they're actually a protected species. They're technically all owned by the king now. So you're not allowed to hunt them or kill them, but you shouldn't be doing anyway. But this graceful bird that are inquisitive, they do come up close when you got food, like any other pond bird. At the beginning of the week, just know that it's a little beginning and there's still final details from the week before still playing out. So I feel almost like just the energy of grace, just tread lightly for a couple of days till the middle of next week before the energies really ramp up, and whatever was downloaded throughout this weekend will start coming to fruition. Background, you've got this ancient burial mound, so it's Easter again. They're coming out of that cave. So whatever cave you've been in regards to a certain area of your life, you're going to start coming out of it next week. So that's the energies for the week. Just a quick recap. So today we had hair, the Easter energy coming in early. Then you're, which is healing, get out in nature, stand in your power. Wednesday, not Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sorry, Friday was this pure spirit card. Saturday was your hawk. So plan your days accordingly. Don't waste your energy unnecessarily. Dragon energy is Sunday, and then Monday was the swan again. So yeah, so thanks. So what we're going to do now is we're going to check the comments and do the individual readings. If my mouse works. So who have we got? I got my beloved pawn. I got Teresa. So I'll have to check Facebook for actual names. Can you bear with me a second? Okay, what do we got? Let's just see who we got. Depends which page you're coming on. Checking out the comments. Anyway, right. Well, we'll go with what I can see. Start with my beloved, because she was in first. My beloved supporter. Let's see what animal messages we have for you today. Your reading for the week. Let's see who's going to pop out. Not have to shuffle them this way. The cards are just a tad big. I'll make sure that the animal deck I create is going to be easily be able to hold, and therefore shuffles. There we go. So we've got Sal. We've got all the little piglets. So it's talking about locusts, and in the background you've got these fields, and it looks to me like the boar. It's a wild boar type. So this is a week of nurturing. There's stuff that you've manifested, and they're in that baby stage. So they still need that connection to mother. They still need that the suckling pig energy, the milk of the mother. So in other words, there's still some work to do to build what you've given birth to. The book is sort of coming to my mind. The book that you recently wrote that's now birthed still needs a bit more nurturing to get out there. So maybe making a specific page on your website all about your book and its origins, and so that when people visit it, they'll go, oh, that sounds amazing, rather than just having a picture of your book, and doing some work to nurture it, to make it grow. Because again, the crops at the back here haven't been reaped yet, and there's so much more of that golden energy, so much more to still reap from that creation. That to me would be your focus this week. There's so many different areas where you can share your book. All these little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's 7 piglets in that picture. 7 is life path, life mission. So it's part of your life's mission to share this book. And the more people read it, the better humanity will be. So for those who don't quite know what I'm going on about, Aida wrote a book that got published and is now in print. It's now been printed. Was launched at the MBS at the end of February. So it's called The Handbook for Being Human. If you'd like a copy of that book, please reach out to her. It's an amazing book. Helps you understand who you are. So yeah. So I would say that's your focus this week, is your book. Now, Teresa was next. So Teresa, Locust. Let's see what we've got coming in for you this week. So I always put the cards back in and see what comes out again. So yours is the hair. So what I'm being noticed to actually is the coloration of the hare's fur on its nose. So I feel that kind of like this is about minding your own business. And I don't mean in a derogatory way. I'm not saying you're a nosy person, but it's about deciding what you want in your world and minding that. Just like with Aida's reading, it was about nurturing the book. It's about what is it that you want from your world. That's what needs nurturing this week. Don't worry about anybody else's stuff. Use your energy for your stuff. Because as soon as I said that, I'm being drawn to the eggs here. So if you mind your stuff and take care of your stuff, then that's your stuff will grow. It's tend your own garden this week. I know when we've got kids and family and we tend to put ourselves second, this is a week of putting yourself first, especially with what you want to manifest into the world, with what you want to create. Because Easter is a massively powerful time to start foundations of something new, beginning by clearing out the old. So if you're tending others' gardens, their gardens are going to grow and yours isn't. Yours is going to wither and falter, and then you're behind the 8 ball. So, and hair's a rapid manifestation energy, a rapid expansion. And if you're not using that energy for you, you're missing an opportunity. Hairs move quick. You know, it's almost like if you don't tend to your garden, you'll be in Mad March hair energy. So yeah, pay attention to your journey. Just, you know, just for this week, and then see what happens. When you put yourself first, see what happens. So there's Morning Roy, Court Pont. I'm not sure if that's a name, but whoever wrote Court Pont, because again, I don't see an actual name. Maybe Court Point or something like that. Anyway, so this is who this reading's for, whoever wrote Court Pont. So, well, the same cards are coming out again. So this is Ram, standing your ground. But I'm being drawn to the family in the background as well. So this is about, it's almost like this Ram's protecting his family, saying, look, if you want to, I've just got to trust this makes sense to you. If you want to get to my family, you got to get to me, get through me. It's like, so if there's other members of your family talking bad about your direct family, maybe if you have wife and kids, or if you have husband and kids, but if you've got kids, you're their protector. And but you know, whether the school's trying to bring them down, or there's an area where something's being said that shouldn't be being said, and it's up to you to defend and say, well, actually, this is my experience. You can say what you like, but that's not who they are. It could even be your inner child. It could even be about yourself. There's some fear energy around there, but trust that if you stand your ground and believe in the convictions of what you're saying, that becomes the truth. Courtney Pond. Okay, Courtney. So stand your ground with your conviction, with your words this week, whatever it is that you're defending. So whether you're defending yourself at work, stay solid, stay certain. Because when we don't quite believe in ourselves and we have a bit of self-doubt, even when we stand our ground, our voice can tremble and we don't quite believe it. And then the people just push through that. So stand your ground, whatever it is, hopefully you know. And that will be massively healing. It will create a really inner strength in you that's not quite there. So it will help you realize how strong you truly are when you stand up for yourself. So that's that. That's this week. That's the energy of this week, because you're going to create a new version of you that comes in next week. And then that'll be the rock that you always, as the saying goes, it'll be the rock you always, it's not the rock. There's a saying about it, it's something you always die on. But anyway, you know, but basically like that's your line in the sand going, well, look, this is who I am. If you don't accept that, tough shit. not my problem. And then someone else just wrote locust. Let's just check the comments here. So someone just wrote hashtag locust without a name. Not sure who that is, but do a reading for you anyway. Let's see who that. Oh, so that is eagle. So locust, eagle. This is about. Oh, I'm hearing the screech of the eagle with the talons. So this is about watching your words. I feel like this week is about being more compassionate. I feel it's about being compassionate with yourself. Your higher self is very strong and can come in and can be quite direct. And then, Leanne. Hi, Leanne. So this is about being kind to yourself this week. As much as we drive ourselves really strongly, and especially when it comes from intuitive guidance, spirit can be very direct at times, especially dragon energy is very direct. But you don't have to take it personally. It's like, okay, yeah, got the message. How do I approach this with kindness to myself and compassion to myself without coming like these great big talons and piercing our own beliefs, even if we're upgrading into new beliefs? We can still crack our heart, crack our heart open and peek inside to see where the growth is needed. And it's like, I'm being drawn to my dream catcher at the back there during this. So it's like, whatever your dreams are, so whatever big things you're manifesting, whatever you truly want from yourself in this realm, what powerful career you want, give yourself time to get there. Many famous people didn't hit it big until their 60s or late 50s. Colonel Sanders, famously, his story is that he didn't become big and famous until he was like 67 or something like that. Or it might be 62. But point being is we've always got time. When we push ourselves, we delay that time. There's the irony of it. When we're trying to force something that has a certain time frame, we only slow it down because we end up creating a barrier. So just like the hawk energy knows when to watch and when to swoop, it's similar. So know when to soar and chill, and then know when to swoop and take action to make your dreams a reality. So this week is about practicing knowing when to move and when to assess. So I think that's everybody. Pretty sure I've covered everybody. Just double checking now. Yeah, well, I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. I'm always very, very blessed and very grateful. If I've missed you, just drop a comment in and I should see it. They are coming up pretty much regularly. They're popping up in my things. To in-depth readings, not just with animal totems, but if you've got some challenges in your world right now and you'd like some really deep insights and clarity and guidance, then please reach out to me at iammerlin.org. I'll be happy to guide you along the way. There are some spots available this week. Now I've got over an ascension symptom. I'd just been in rest mode for 7 days, pretty much, which was probably expected, really, considering we just moved to a whole new area. So, yeah. So thanks again for watching. Thanks again for supporting me. We will be back. I will be back again next week, same time, same place, different deck maybe. See what intuition tells me. Thanks very much to all of you. Please share this around. Let people know that this goes on every week. The more people that join, the better. The more people I can give service to, and the animals can help guide for the week. Thanks very much. Appreciate you all. Have a great week. Take care.